Did you know that many Italians have never visited Venice, and that in some Italian towns, tourists are quietly fined for sitting on church steps? Italy is one of the most visited countries on the planet, and millions arrive every year chasing the same postcards: Rome, Venice, Florence, pizza, pasta, gelato. But here's something most visitors never realize. In many Italian cities, tourists are fined for sitting on church steps. In some restaurants, ordering the wrong coffee at the wrong time instantly marks you as an outsider. And in certain towns, locals can spot a tourist in less than 5 seconds, not by clothes, but by behavior. Italy has another layer, a quieter one, a stranger one. And if you know where to look, Italy becomes not just beautiful, but deeply fascinating. In this journey, you'll discover why Italy doesn't really function as a single country, the invisible rules tourists break every day without realizing it, and how understanding small cultural details can completely change your experience here. Italy is many countries pretending to be one. Listen closely, this explains almost everything. Here's the first truth. Most guidebooks skip. Italy doesn't feel like one country, it feels like dozens. Travel a few hours north or south, and everything changes. Accents shift so dramatically that Italians themselves sometimes struggle to understand one another. Recipes with the same name suddenly taste completely different, and even gestures, the way people speak with their hands, carry different meanings. Historically, this makes sense. Italy, as a unified nation, is younger than many of its buildings. For centuries, it was a patchwork of kingdoms, republics, and city-states, each fiercely proud and deeply suspicious of the others. That mindset never fully disappeared. In the north, life moves fast, efficiency matters, and schedules are respected. In the south, time stretches, conversations linger, and a simple coffee can turn into a half-hour exchange, with nobody feeling rushed. For tourists, this difference matters more than you think. If you expect the same behavior everywhere, Italy can feel confusing, even frustrating. But once you understand that each region has its own rhythm, the country suddenly makes sense. You stop fighting Italy, and Italy starts welcoming you. The coffee rules that instantly reveal a tourist. This is where most visitors fail without realizing it. Let's talk about coffee, because this is where many travelers unknowingly expose themselves. In Italy, coffee is not a beverage, it's a ritual. Ordering a cappuccino after 11 a.m. is more than unusual. It's a quiet cultural mistake. Milk is associated with breakfast, not digestion. And after a meal, Italians drink espresso. Small, strong, and fast. No foam art, no syrups, no to-go cups. And here's a detail most tourists never notice. If you sit down, you pay more, sometimes significantly more. Locals step into a bar, order an espresso, drink it standing in 2 or 3 sips, exchange a few words with the barista, and leave. It's social, efficient, and deeply ingrained. Try this once, just once, and something interesting happens. You stop feeling like a visitor observing Italy from the outside, and you become part of its daily rhythm. Why Italians look effortlessly elegant. There's a quiet logic behind it, something many travelers sense but can't quite explain. Even Italians dressed casually still look put together. It's not about expensive brands, it's about intention. Clothes fit properly, colors are chosen thoughtfully, shoes are clean, always, and nothing looks accidental. This has practical consequences for tourists. In Italy, appearance quietly influences how you're treated. Not aggressively, not openly, but subtly. Dress with a bit of care, and service improves, conversations soften, and doors open more easily. This isn't vanity, it's respect. Italians see clothing as a form of communication, a way of saying, I care enough to show up properly. And when you speak that language, Italy listens. Lunch is not about eating, and this confuses almost everyone at first. Many tourists share the same complaint. Why does lunch take so long? Because lunch isn't about food, it's about pause. In many Italian towns, especially outside major cities, lunch is the emotional center of the day. Shops close, streets quiet, and work stops. Meals stretch not because service is slow, but because time is deliberately expanded. Rushing a meal here is like skipping the chorus of a song. The useful advice is simple: plan around lunch, not through it. accept the rhythm, and let conversations unfold. This is when Italy becomes human, not touristic. And often, this is when strangers turn into hosts. The cities that hold Italy's soul. These places rarely make the top 10 lists. Rome, Venice, Milan, unforgettable. But Italy's soul often lives elsewhere. In places without souvenir stands. Cities like Lucca, Lecce, Matera, Urbino, where doors stay open, people greet strangers, and food costs less while tasting like it came from someone's grandmother, not a menu translation. Here's a rule that surprises many travelers. If a city doesn't have a direct train from the airport, it's probably worth visiting. Because effort filters crowds, and where crowds thin out, Italy breathes. Getting lost is not a mistake. In Italy, this is often the plan. Italy rewards curiosity, and some of its best moments are never planned. A bakery you smell before you see it, a hidden square where children play football, a church that looks closed but quietly opens its doors. The smartest thing you can do as a tourist is get lost on purpose. Put your phone away for an hour and walk without a destination. Italy was built for wandering, not optimizing, and almost always something unexpected finds you. The quiet rules. Tourists never learn. Nobody explains these, but everyone notices. There are rules in Italy nobody spells out. Don't sit on monuments. Don't rush service staff. Don't shout indoors. Don't treat historic places like theme parks. These aren't laws, they're social contracts. Break them, and Italy becomes colder. Respect them, and something changes. People help you more. Forgive mistakes and share recommendations they'd never post online. Italy opens slowly, but once it does, it opens completely. Practical travel hacks. Most tourists learn. Too late. These details quietly separate a smooth trip from a stressful one. Always validate your train ticket before boarding regional trains. The small machines are easy to miss, but inspectors are not. Avoid restaurants with photos on the menu or staff calling you in from the street. Locals almost never eat there. If you need help, start in Italian. Even a simple buongiorno instantly changes the tone. Carry some cash, especially in small towns and cafes where enthusiasm for card terminals varies. And remember, Sunday is not a normal day. Many shops close completely. Plan for it, and Italy becomes calmer instead of frustrating. How tourists are identified in 5 seconds? It's not the backpack, and it's not the accent. It's movement. Tourists rush, locals don't. Visitors stop abruptly in doorways. Locals step aside. Tourists speak louder when they feel unsure. Italians speak softer. Slow down your pace, and the city immediately reacts differently to you. How not to overpay. In Italy, there are 2 prices in Italy, the official one and the situational one. Eating near major landmarks almost always means higher prices and lower quality. Walk just 3 or 4 streets away and everything changes. Look for menus without English translations or with only a few words translated. That's usually a good sign. And when you see locals eating late, follow them. Empty restaurants at Italian dinner time are rarely a coincidence. Italian hospitality is earned, not performed. Italians don't smile constantly, and they don't perform friendliness. But once you cross an invisible line, they give everything. Ask politely, show curiosity, and respect traditions you don't fully understand. Suddenly, you're not a customer anymore. You're a guest. And in Italy, that difference means everything. Italy changes how you travel. Italy isn't meant to be consumed quickly, it's meant to be felt. The more you slow down, the more it gives back. Not just photos, but understanding. And once Italy changes how you travel, it quietly changes how you live. If this journey inspired you, subscribe for more travel stories from around the world.